Methamphetamine is a powerful stimulant, so in the short term, you should look for erratic activity, nervousness, excitability, decreased appetite, increased physical activity, and of course staying awake for long hours or even days at a time.
I see a lot of people that stay up weeks at a time. And, that always scared me.
They go on what they call runs, and that can cause them to be very anxious. It can cause them to be irritable, aggressive. They can hallucinate and see or hear things that aren't really there.
It eats your mind up, and that scared me.
You get the hallucinations because you've been up for days. The drug makes your mind, your mind goes wacky. You think people's watching you when they're not.
When someone is coming down from a meth high, they may experience disorientation, confusion, apathy, irritability, itching, and severe depression. They will often sleep for long periods of time or go on eating binges.
You ache, you hurt, you crave sweets. I used to eat a gallon of ice cream a day. I wouldn't eat much of any other food, but I'd eat about a gallon of ice cream a day. You just feel totally drained, you feel like you just can't get up unless you have that next bump. So of course, you get on the phone or you try to get up and go somewhere where somebody's got some dope and you go get high again.
Methamphetamine use will deplete the vitamins in the body, causing teeth to rot and hair to thin or fall out. Long-term users also suffer from skin irritations, which can develop into large weeping sores. They'll often look glassy-eyed or out of it for weeks or even months after they've quit using.
I have hepatitis C. I've had it for 20 years now I'm sure I got from a needle. I've lost 3 wives, a couple of houses, stepchildren. You got a son that just now will talk to me again.
I didn't know how deep you'd gone. Must have fell asleep too long to notice. Crushed. I never wondered why, but now I seen you cry, and you're such a mess.
I lied, I cheated, I stole from my parents, from my family.
Crushed.
We're seeing people that will steal from their mothers and dads. They'll steal from their grandparents. They will take anything from anyone in order to achieve that high and in order to fill that craving.
One of the more serious problems is that manufacturing methamphetamine in the presence of a child can actually cause that child to be positive for the drug. And it has some very dangerous effects on children, both medically, emotionally, physically. It's very damaging.
Literally, their health and safety is at risk because mama and or daddy are totally preoccupied and focused on getting methamphetamine. They're not worried about whether the kids are fed properly. They get to the dentist, to the doctor, they get to school, they have proper clothing. That's not the thing that they're concerned with. They're concerned about that methamphetamine.
And we have kids that grow up using with their parents. And their parents have lost perspective of what drugs have done to them, and they will end up sharing drugs with their children. The children become teenagers who are already addicts.
Sometimes the children don't enter foster care until it's gotten to the point that the police have gotten a warrant. So the police will execute a search warrant on the home, and obviously their main intent is to search the home, stop the manufacturing of methamphetamine, but they've got children in the home. So not only are the children in an environment where they're possibly being contaminated with methamphetamine, but they have to watch their parents be arrested and the home be searched. And that's the last thing they have in their head.
We have a strict rule in our court. You have your own choice. You can either have your drugs or you can have your kids. And that's not going to change. And we're literally seeing people that, at least for a time, will choose methamphetamines over their children.
In the first place, with respect to the children, removing children from their parents, even abusive parents, is extremely traumatic. It changes their lives forever. Foster care is a poor alternative to parents.
Trying methamphetamine is a bad decision for many reasons. The instant addiction, the arrests, the prison terms, and the broken families. But the most obvious reason using methamphetamine is a bad decision is written all over the face of a meth addict.
Learn more about the dangers of methamphetamine.
Visit SlaneCountyShouldKnow.com.
Walking out to a friend of mine's truck, and this guy, one of the cops, recognized me that was pulling through. He got out of the car and was like, "Chris," and I turned around and I started running. I give up! And I just stopped. I was like, "Man, I'm tired of running. I've been on the run for 3 months hiding, and I was just tired of running."
Somebody please turn the light on. Somebody please.
How y'all doing today? No reason I stopped you. Run that stop sign back there.
Oh, hell, I didn't see.
Okay. You have your driver's license with you?
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want from me? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want from me?
Can y'all do me a favor and turn the vehicle off? Step out, please. Just driver, you can step out for a second. Come on back here, let me talk to you for a second. What I've got, I got a K9 with me, okay?
People strung out on methamphetamine are hardcore in their addiction. Prison is a drastic but necessary approach to maintaining some control on this epidemic. Arkansas prison terms for the manufacture of methamphetamine, possession with intent to deliver, and the delivery is 10 to 40 years or life. You can get up to 6 years for having 9 grams of pseudoephedrine or maintaining a drug premises. Possession of the drug paraphernalia with intent to manufacture is 5 to 20 years. Possession of any amount of methamphetamine is 3 to 10 years.
The labs that we're seeing now are small labs, more for personal use than they are for selling. And a lot of the meth that we see is coming out of Mexico now. It's there for a while. The meth usage was down. Now it's starting to come back up.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want from me? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want from me? Somebody please turn the light on. Somebody please turn the key. Somebody please turn the light on and help the people see.
Treatment for the meth user has had limited success. Prison is a very costly way to attempt to reform an individual. Many are unable to quit no matter what the penalties are.
Could you pass a drug test right now? She said, no. I said, when did you last use methamphetamine? She said, last night. And I said, you knew you were coming to a hearing today? Yes. And you knew that my decision as to what to do with you would be based in large part upon your testimony today and what you're trying to do yourself to rehabilitate yourself. She said, yes. But when a person knows has been warned in advance that if you use methamphetamine tonight, you are likely to go to jail tomorrow. And they still do it. They're not in control anymore.